as I'm sure many of you saw, former President Trump easily won the GOP nomination last night in New Hampshire. This marks a second big win for Trump after he took Iowa last week. Nikki Haley came in second, about 11 points behind him. She has vowed to fight on, although her chances, well, they're not looking good. Even though he wasn't on the ballot, President Biden won the nomination for Democrats thanks to people writing in his name. So with less than 10 months before the general election, it is, whether you like it or not, looking more and more like a Biden-Trump rematch than ever before. Wow. I never thought we would see this. I mean, the days leading up to this, we've all, hypothesized that this would happen. But a year ago, I would have said no.
I think we knew it was going to happen.
A year ago?
At least because even when Obama kind of came out of nowhere, he gave that speech to the DNC. He kind of had a little bit of steam behind him. There's been no candidate presented to us like, here's the next person, watch this congressperson, they're coming. There's nobody. There used to be names kind of circulated as the next, and I think each party is so scared to put a new person out there because they're scared they're going to cut the vote and eventually hurt that party's power, so they just keep putting up forward the same, literally, Erica, the same people.
Well, no, really quickly, though, the Republicans did try that with Ron DeSantis. It just didn't work.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Well, with the Democrats, we haven't seen anything. With the Republicans,
they tried.
It just seemed like more of a show. They were putting people up there for a show. I mean, the disparity in terms of the polls was so great. We weren't talking about a few percentage points. We're talking about 20, 30, 40, 50 points. Sorry
to
ruin the show.
No,
I thought you had some facts.
Yeah.
I just think that, honestly, I just feel like this is an issue of national security when we're telling the world that this is our best and brightest people, so come at us.
Right.
I don't feel super confident.
Is it their age?
Because
that's not even being age shaming. That's honestly.
No, I think it's everything. I think it's the idea that our leadership should appear, at least on the surface, at least to anyone who is considered opposition, to be strong and infallible. Like, I don't get that feeling when we're like, well, I guess these are the two guys that we have, and we'll vote for one of them, and then they'll be our leader. Like, it doesn't give the picture of strength that I would want for our country.
And I believe a lot of people feel exactly like you. Here's the thing. You always talk about we as a country are so divided. What do you see now happening in this general election?
The same thing, the exact same thing.
Worse?
Yeah, worse, for sure. I think that, listen, you spoke of other countries. It is a security issue, right? One guy, I'm not bashing anybody. Biden is a little bit too old for this job. I'm not shaming anybody. He's a little bit too old. If I was a different country like China and wanted to come at us for some reason, that's a good president. I don't know what he's doing in there. You have another guy that's super erratic, off his, I don't think fits the position either. And we've been doing this now for years on end. This was my biggest fear coming out of the election in the first place. Okay, Biden won. Let's move on. Let's get some other candidates. Biden's getting up in years. By the time 2024 gets here, let's have two other people. Stop the craziness. The other countries already have weaponized the internet. They have put us against each other, and they did a fantastic job. Sports has gone on forever. I don't hate people who are against the Green Bay Packers. I don't mean to just keep interjecting the Chicago Bears in here, but I don't hate people that don't like the Bears. They have positioned the internet with bots that put us against each other with fierce hate. Just by what I'm saying on TV, for their neighbors, for their own relatives. People are at odds with each other, with these two presidents, with these two candidates. It's not even red or blue. It's these two specific people now that are pinning us against each other, and the next 10 months are going to be chaos.
Jeff,
this is just the beginning.
Really quickly, Jeff, that was such a great point. I'll just say this. You think about how politics got people to not be apathetic and go to the polls. People aren't going to go vote on do you want clean water or things like that, even though it would be nice. They'd be like, hey, do you care about abortion?
Right,
these people are going to take your kids. They're going to come after your daughter. They're going after very third rail kind of issues, and that's why we are like this. In politics, it wasn't like this even 10 years ago, where now it's like the very fiber of your being has to kind of represent one or two parties, and very few people are that polar.
Well, this is just the beginning, unfortunately.